Hey guys, this is Spiritual at Heart and I'm back with another tarot reading. And instead of the usual pick a card, I wanted to turn it into a pick a bunny for today. And in this video we are going to get some short and sweet advice and guidance from Spirit. You get to choose between pile number 1 with the greenish blue tail. Then we have pile number 2 with the pink tail and pile number 3 with the dark blue tail. So really follow your intuition on this one, and if you need you can also just pause the video for a while just to make sure that you pick the right pile. And when you're ready you can go to the timestamps and choose the message that you need to hear. So really think about which one you feel most drawn to, pick that bunny, and I'll see you there. So if you chose the bunny with the green bluish tail, this is going to be your reading. So let's start with the tarot up top. So we see the Tower, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Wands. And what's very clear is that you just had a big tower moment in your life. So a big shift that was probably very unexpected. It could be expected as well, but I think for most of you it was very suddenly abrupt and you didn't see it coming. And that left you feeling like you were walking outside, not getting any support, and your whole world was just crumbling down. You have no support. And I think Spirit wants to remind you, especially with this 5 of Pentacles, that help is available if you just ask. So really think about people in your life that you could ask for advice or ask for help, because they are definitely willing to help out. And as you can see here, there is only one guy standing trying to fend off all these wands. And I think that's you at this moment, feeling like you're all by yourself, having to fight off all those wands. I want to tell you guys that you're only seeing the wands, you're not actually seeing people. So there is also the possibility that it feels like you're fighting off all these people, but there are no people there. So maybe this is just like, for some people there actually might be a lot of things that are like trying to give a fight, picking a fight with you, but maybe lots of the circumstances that you are fighting are actually in your head. So maybe you're just thinking a lot and maybe worried about things that don't even need your attention at the moment, and you don't even need to fight. But Spirit wants to know, wants to tell you that you don't need to worry. Everything will turn out just fine. This tower moment only happened because you were on the wrong path, and it is here to redirect you to the path that you were supposed to take. And it will only help you build up this new life with a strong foundation, so that the tower won't crumble the next time. So just recognize that this was a divine intervention to bring you on the right path, and there is a lot of help available inside this building that also represents your spirit guides. So if you feel drawn to reach out to your spirit guides, it might be time to meditate and try to connect with them. They would love to help you out. And maybe they can also just give you advice on how to fend off these wands, these factors in your life that you feel like you have to fight. Now let's get into the oracle cards. The first one we have here is Grasshopper Spirit with Take a Leap of Faith. So this tower moment probably has caused you to make a change in your life, and this can be very scary because it is possibly something new. But you are being asked to take that leap of faith and to go into that new direction, because that new direction will bring a prosperous life. And this is the road you actually were supposed to take anyway. So just know that you are supported with this new direction. And with the surrender to the divine, it's also just there to tell you that this is all divinely guided, and you just have to go with the flow, surrender to this divine guidance, this divine redirection. You don't have to fight it like this guy is trying to do. Don't fight it, just let it happen. And the things that are not supposed to be in your life will slowly just fall away. This might be very scary when things fall away that you thought you needed, but they're only falling away because they're not supposed to be there. And then with Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? It's all about, because you are going through tough times, that you really have to really take care of yourself. So just try and nurture yourself. Really ask yourself, what do I need in this moment? And don't be afraid to ask others for help if you need that. This can be financial. This could be just advice. This can be food or just help taking care of the kids. Can be anything actually. So yeah, take it as it resonates. Now let's get into the other oracle cards, because I've got some other oracle cards coming as well. And the first one is Morganite with Fill Yourself. This card is all about getting into your heart space and allowing your heart to expand and to grow into a new, more fulfilled self. This can be very hard because you will be taking up more space, you will expand, and yeah, you will be taking up more space, so maybe you will be noticed more by other people. Maybe you will get some more reactions from other people. So you have to really be strong and confident in who you are. And this confidence can definitely come from just really nurturing yourself, knowing what you need, giving yourself what you need, especially giving yourself what you need, because I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I think it wasn't important. But yeah, so it's time for you to expand in this new, better version of yourself. And you have to do this with confidence, and it won't be easy, but it is the path you were intended to take, and you will feel a whole lot better when you're actually there. So let's see what other messages we have for you. The next one is Hawthorn with Heart's Home. Let's put it right here. The Hawthorn is all about your home, feeling connected to your home, and really having a place to anchor down and to feel at home. So a place to really root yourself. And I think because of the big changes that have passed recently, it's very important that you nurture yourself, and a lot of that nurturing can come from your home space. So make sure that your home space is a place that you really feel at home, you feel safe. And maybe you can practice grounding yourself and really connecting with your home. And your home can be literally your apartment, or it can be the city you live in, or maybe even expand to the area you live in, or it could be just a person. But yeah, it's very important for you at this moment to really connect with your roots. Maybe just your soul tribe in general, that could also be true. Now let's see the next oracle card. This is Self-Heal with ripple outward. So at this moment, you really have to focus on self-healing. And I think you've been through a huge shift. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna move this a little. This huge shift was visible in your outer world, but it's very important that your inner world matches that. And for that to happen, you really have to take good care of yourself, and you will be transmuting a lot of new energy, and it will take a while before this is all transmuted. So while this is happening, it's very important to take good care of yourself. And once you heal everything that has happened and you transmuted that energy, you can level up to the next chapter of your life. And just like that ripple effect, the first drop of healing will cause the wave to expand. Just like with the Morganite, that when you get into your heart space and heal, you will be able to expand. So these cards are kind of similar actually. Now let's see what self-care message you have. And it is pamper. So yeah, there is a lot of focus on self-care. And with pamper, it's just all about giving your body what it needs, really doing things you enjoy. Maybe use a pretty bath bomb, or really use a luscious conditioner. Maybe get your hair done, get your nails done. Like really do something that just gives you a good feeling. Not just because you have to do it, but just because it makes you feel good. Oops, I'm moving it all around, I'm sorry. There we go. And now I have a card from your significant person. So only take it if it resonates. I know a lot of people don't like love messages, but I just wanted to give one anyway. And it is, I have questions. So your person maybe is going through a lot of similar things as you are, and is also just trying to figure out what's going on. Or they have a specific question, and maybe you will get a message soon with questions. But I think they are, most of the times they are questioning themselves. Like for most people, they are just questioning themselves and questioning what their path is, where they're headed. So yeah. There we go. And lastly, I had some random cards, and they are not really oracle cards, but I thought they were fun to add anyway. So I had 100 cards, and you are just getting one of them. So let's see what it is. And it is Just Keep Swimming. From, don't know if we can get it, Dory from Finding Nemo. Oh, that's funny. So with that self-heal, drop, ripple in the water, I think it's very funny to have Just Keep Swimming. It's just trying to recognize the fact that you are going through quite a rough time, and it's important to just keep going and know that things will get better. But first you have to go through some rough times. Those rough times will definitely build character, and they are not always fun, but when you look back, you will recognize that you are doing amazing, and the things that are happening right now will give you amazing outcomes. So that was the last oracle message. Now we are going to see what number we have for you guys. And the number you have today is the number 64. So this could be the 6th of April, or the 4th of June, or the number 10, so the number 1 could be significant, or the number 64 itself. Just be creative with it and take it as it resonates. So this was the end of the reading. I hope you enjoyed it and it's relatable. If you like the video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Please comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I would like to see you in the next video. So have a good day. Bye guys. So if you chose the bunny with the pink tail, this is going to be your reading. This is pile number 2. I'm just saying it just to be sure. And we're going to start off with the tarot up top. So we are seeing here the Hierophant. Then we have the 5 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. And the Hierophant is all about religious beliefs and traditions and institutions. And, well, what we're seeing right here is that you are clinging on or holding on to real tight to something that's probably not serving you any longer. And you kind of know that it's time to let go. And with the 5 of Cups, that's depicted here is that someone is looking at the cups that have fallen down and are spilling over. So you are feeling great sorrow about something that you have to leave behind, instead of focusing on the positive, the 2 of Cups on this side that are actually still there, still filled. So yeah, you're probably in a state that there are some old beliefs that are not suiting you any longer. And it's time to let go of these, but you are really, really resisting and trying to hold on real tight. So Spirit's advice for you is to really try and find out why you are holding on to these beliefs and why you can't let go of them just yet. And try to focus on the positive things that will come of it when you let go, so that you can move forward into this newer, better life, or just a life that better suits you and your inner world. Now let's get into the oracle part. Oh, maybe one more thing. This traditional belief, it can be anything. It depends on the person watching. You'll probably know it. You'll know what belief you're clinging on to, and it's kind of hard to let go of. And otherwise, it's really time for you to start thinking of what you're really, really holding on to, or maybe something that just gets you upset just talking about it, like where you really, really feel resistance at this moment. And if you have trouble letting something go, maybe good or bad, it is a sign that you are, really, really connected with it, really, how do you call it, like dependent on it. So maybe then you have to question yourself if this is a good thing, and if it's worth it to keep it that much, like if it's that important to keep in your life, or that you could just loosen the grip a little bit more, because it's important that you're not attached to anything. You have to be able to let things go and let things flow naturally. Well, now let's get into the oracles then. The first one is Coyote Spirit with Trust in Divine Detours. So maybe the thing that you're holding on to real tight, it will come back. But now it's time for a detour. It's time to learn new lessons. And then you'll be able to return to the things that are now hard to let go of. And maybe it's just a lesson to learn to loosen that grip of life. You can't control life anyway, or at least maybe you think you can, but only small parts of it. But yeah, the detour is divinely guided, and it's there to teach you a lesson. It's not there to hurt you, although it might be very hard to let go of the situation that you are in right now. And most of the times, you will be, it maybe feels like you're just jumping off a cliff, but Spirit is there to help you out once you are down. You will have a soft landing. It won't be as terrible as you think it's going to be. So just trust the process and trust that this is all happening for the better. Then the other card we have is nothing will come of this situation. And this is clearly about the fact that you're having trouble with letting go. And if you keep on holding on to it real tight, something will probably happen that you no longer can keep it with you, and not by choice, but Spirit will take it away from you. So it's way easier for you to just do it yourself. Although that's difficult as well, but I think it will feel a lot better when you do it yourself instead of it will just be taken away. So yeah, I think it's a rough message to hear. I'm sorry for that. But it's really time for you to align your life. And there's Spirit's very clear on that there's something in your life that needs to change. And it's time for you to change that thing. And if you don't change it, something or someone will cause it to change. But this detour is divinely guided, so don't worry about letting it go. It will probably come back, or maybe something better will come to replace it. And anyhow, you will learn huge lessons just from this happening. Now, let's get into more oracle cards. But yeah, there it is. I was missing one. Here it goes. So the first one is forbidden fruit and apple. And this is all about a hidden passion, something that you really love that maybe is hard to acknowledge, something that you are scared of, like scared to admit that you like. But Spirit is here to tell you that it's okay, although it might feel like it's wrong. Just know that you are created perfectly, so nothing that you even desire can be wrong. It may be not the norm, like with the high priest, with the Hierophant, but because you desire it, it means that you have to act upon it, or at least try and figure out what's going on with this desire. Spirit is really asking you to dig into that real deep and to find out more about it. So that's the first one. Then we have Larimar with first the fire. And this is all about maybe you are stuck in your emotions and repeating those sad emotions, that's those sad feelings in your head over and over, or maybe you're just talking about it all the time, just trying to make sense of it. But the easiest way to get out of those emotions, those lower vibrational emotions, is to get into your passion, find something that you are passionate about, and really, really enjoy and delve into that passion. So Spirit is really asking you to embrace this passion of yours, although maybe you are trying to hide it. But yeah, Spirit is definitely here to tell you there's no reason to be scared of it or to hide it. It's time to fully embrace it. It's a part of you, and it's also a part that should be loved. There's no need to push it away because it's inherently a part of you, and you should recognize that. And that's just lovely anyway. So please don't see it as a negative thing in your life. It should be embraced. Although maybe people around you disagree, or you're scared that they disagree or think otherwise. But just know that Spirit is here to support you on this new journey and this new passion, or maybe an old passion that you just forgot about. Next up, I've got some self-care messages. I just wanted one, but you guys got 3. So I'm going to give you all 3 of them. The first one is rest. So at this time it is important to rest enough. Don't overwork. Try and find balance. Next up we have read. So it's, I'm sorry for the bump. So read, this could be reading spiritual books, this could be just reading for enjoyment. Do the thing you like most. Maybe there's a book laying on your shelf that you just haven't touched yet but is there for years and you always wanted to read it. Now's the time. Maybe you should read up on that passion of yours, get some information about it and get curious. That could also be the case. Next up we have cook or bake. So pay attention to the food that you make and be sure that it's nutritious. Try to eat like non-processed foods. I mean, your body is a temple, you should treat it as such. Sometimes something like chocolate is alright, but just try to not overdo it. And try to enjoy the process of cooking or baking, because it's actually some kind of manifestation in itself. It's important or not, it's not particularly important, but it can really help you feel a lot better when you put intentions into your food. It can help you manifest things. If you're feeling down, maybe just send good vibes into your food, and when you eat it, it will come back to you. So yeah, really spend time and energy into your food. Don't just eat mindlessly. The last oracle message is a message from your person, but just take it as it resonates. Some people don't believe in love messages or they don't want to hear it. Then just ignore this part, but here it comes. And your message is, you are in my dreams. So this person is definitely dreaming about you. It doesn't say if it's a good or a bad dream, but I bet it's a good dream. I hope it's not too spicy, or maybe it is. Could be fun to hear about later on. But yeah, they are dreaming a lot and they are dreaming about you. Now I've got a postcard. I got a lot of postcards and I thought it would be fun to just get a random message out of that postcard stack. And I've tried it a few times and they really match up with the readings, so I thought, why not add it in this one? And your message is, stay simple. So don't overcomplicate things. That's the biggest message here. Don't think too much. Just follow the passion. You know that something is for you when you feel passionate about it. And if you feel resistance, it means it's just not for you. Sometimes your passion will come along with some resistance, but this could also just be spirit testing if it's really something that you desire. But the main message is stay simple. Now, last but not least, I'm going to use the bingo machine for a number and be creative with the number. It could be a date or an age or a year or a telephone number, could be anything. So let's see what it is. And your number is, let's see, 64. By coincidence, it's the same number as the previous group, so maybe you can watch both of these piles. They could both resonate with you. But this number, 64, can mean the 6th of April or the 4th of June. It could just mean 10 or the number 1 for numerology. And it could also just mean the age 46 or the end of a telephone number with the number 46. Just be creative with this one. go. This was the end of the reading. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, I would love to have you join the crew, the team. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next video. So until next time, bye bye. Hello, my lovely pile number 3s. If you chose the bunny with the dark blue tail, this is going to be your reading. And let's start with the tarot up top. So we have the 9 of Wands, the 10 of Swords in reverse, and the Queen of Wands. And what I see here is that your faith and your courage and determination is really being tested at this moment, or maybe in the past and you're just coming out of that. But you've been through a rough situation and your faith really has been tested. And that there were some hurdles on the way doesn't mean that you're on the wrong path. It just means that Spirit is testing you to see how determined you are to walk this path. I think you are very courageous for walking this path anyway. But what I'm seeing right here is that you are recovering from these hurdles, or maybe you are still enduring these hurdles, and you will be recovering soon. And with this recovering, you have learned new lessons, and that will help you turn into the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is a courageous, determined, strong woman, or man, of course. Whatever you are, that doesn't really matter. You can both embody the Queen of Wands energy. So a very strong, fiery person that knows which way to go and doesn't take no for an answer. So yeah, you are becoming a very empowered person because of all these hurdles on the road. Now let's get into the oracle cards, and the first oracle card down here is Parrot Spirit with Watch Your Words. And what this is trying to say is that really be careful and mindful of the words that you use, because the words you use manifest in your reality. So whenever you talk yourself down, you may cause these little roadblocks on the way unknowingly. But if you'd speak positively and you'll just say, this is going to work out, I'm going to be fine. If you just repeat the mantras, maybe make some mantras for yourself, these will also play out in your reality. So really use your words to create the life you want, and Spirit is really advising you to do so. And I think this group is a group that are great manifestors, especially with the spoken word. You could also write it down. This will have the same effect, but it just takes a little bit more effort. Then we have a luck is on your side. So yeah, Spirit is just reminding you that these hurdles don't mean that you're on the wrong path. It actually means that you are pulled back a little just for the arrow you to be launched into all that great things that are going to happen. But you're just being tested to see if this is truly what you want. And if it's not, this is the time to change direction. But as I can see from the cards up top, I believe that you are on the right path, but Spirit is just testing and seeing how determined you are and trying to teach you that you are determined and that you can overcome any obstacle as long as you know that you are on the right path. Just keep going and you will get there. And this will really launch you into this great new start, or like a great, how do you call it, next chapter. It's not really a new start, I think. I think it's more of a bit of an upgrade of an old chapter that you are already walking. Now the middle one is awakening with energetic upgrades, a new way of being and integration. So yeah, it's a big upgrade that you are going into, or that you have just experienced, and now is the time to integrate these new experiences, these new lessons, and to use them for your benefit in the future. Now let's see some other oracle cards. We've got more. And the first one we have is Carnelian with Get Curious. So maybe because of these hurdles, it was hard to just see the fun in things. But now that the hurdles are over and you're ready for this new chapter, it's time to get really curious and just find the edges of the things that you are comfortable with and play with that. Carnelian is a crystal that helps you get through the little hurdles and the edges of things that you know. So that's going to be a great help. Put it here. Next up we have Turquoise with Find Your Way Home. And turquoise is just telling you that it's time to really discover what you can do and really have fun with that. Go as far as you can go, and that you will find your way home. You will, wherever you wander, how far you might stretch your fantasies, and whatever risky move you're going to make, you will be safe and you will be able to return home, or return to safety. So don't be afraid to make bold moves, because Spirit is there to help you. And sometimes the risky behavior will turn out in a seemingly negative way, but it will give you experience. And other times this risky behavior will give you a lot of success. But Spirit is really here to tell you that it's time to test those boundaries and to make some risky moves, and to tell you that you are actually safe while doing so. So yeah, if you want to make a risky move, now is a lucky time. So chances are that they are going to turn out just perfect, like this card is saying. And especially when you use your words wisely, when you just keep a positive mindset, talk positively about those risky behaviors, don't overthink them. Or maybe even when you overthink them, just contradict them with positive words. So maybe for every negative thought, just repeat a positive thought, at least one or two, to just balance it out. Next up we have Time with Distill Yourself. And yeah, life is a labyrinth. That's what the card said. It's a labyrinth, but you have to test the path, and you will know when you're on the wrong path. But you can always just go back to where you started or where you came from, and then move along in a different direction. So this is once more just repeating itself as, just try a new route and see where it leads you. It might be the best route, but maybe it's the wrong one. But that doesn't really matter, as long as you just try and have fun with that. These little detours are there just to learn new lessons. So there is no wrong in going into the wrong direction. It just takes some time away, but then again, it's not lost. It's just another lesson learned. But because of the lucky time, I think chances are that you will definitely be taking the right route until you reach that flower in the middle. No worries. There we go. And next up we have Integration with Mullane. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. But this card is all about just sitting in the middle and getting a big looking at the bigger picture. And although things seemingly don't correlate, doesn't mean it doesn't correlate. So really take a look at your life from a bird's eye view and see what connection can be made. There are probably more connections in your life than you think they are, and that would also maybe help you with knowing what your path is, where your path is headed, and what steps to take, just by seeing the paths that you have taken so far and what they brought you. But yeah, try to see the bigger picture of your whole life and try to make those connections. There we go. Next up, I have some self-care messages. And the first one is shower and bath. So Spirit is telling you to just take a long warm shower or just sit in a bath and relax. Water really helps you just relax and let go of any low vibrational energy. This will just go down the drain with the water when you're finished. It could also really help just to imagine the energies from your body, the tension, to visualize that going down the body into the drain. But yeah, this could be a great help for releasing tension. Next up, we have hydrate. So it's not only important to surround yourself with water, you should drink it as well. Pay attention to that, because lots of people just drink like coffee all the time, and that's like dehydrating instead of hydrating. So yeah, just be sure that you drink enough water, especially because the body consists of like 80% of water. But maybe it's smart to just put a bottle of water next to where you're working, so every time you see it, you have the visual cue to drink some, if you don't have that already. But it comes up just because you probably are not drinking enough, so yeah, definitely put a focus on that. Next up, we have time to change your crystal. So maybe you are already always keeping a crystal by your side, or you're not wearing a crystal, but it is time to get yourself a crystal, and hopefully it's one that actually matches the stage that you are in. If you can ask someone to, I don't know what it's called in English, like pick one for you, like let Spirit choose the crystal you need at that time. If you already have one, it's time to change it into a different kind. So we just had 2 crystals, and they were turquoise and carnelian. So maybe one of those 2 would be smart. But if you have someone that can pick one for you, that's the best option. And otherwise, just pick the crystal you feel most drawn to at that time. Most of the time your intuition will be right, so the one that you think like draws your attention, that's the one you should pick. But Spirit is here to tell you that now is the time to change it. Next up, I have some messages from your significant person. I only wanted 1, but we got 2, so let's see what they are. And just take them as it resonates. Some people don't like these, and if you don't, just ignore this. So the first one is, I am insecure. So your person is feeling insecure at this moment. Could be insecure of how they look, or just that their financial situation, or there is something else that they are feeling insecure about. Maybe they are finding out new things about themselves that they didn't know, that's in their shadows and coming up now, and they have trouble accepting. So just take it as it resonates. And next up we have, I am trying to escape these intense feelings. So yeah, chances are something's coming up in their shadows, and they are really, really trying to escape the feelings. They are trying to ignore it. They are probably just trying to cope with what's going on at the moment, distracting themselves. So yeah, it really matches each other. So I think you should definitely resonate with these. They are not yours, but I think your person is feeling very strongly about this. Now, last but not least, for the oracle cards, I had a huge stack of postcards with messages, and they can be really random, but I thought it would be fun to add. And the message that you got was, "It's a small world, and yet I never run into Beyonce," from Chandler Bing. And what could we say about this? Maybe that literally that it's not as big of a world. Maybe you live in a small town, but you never come across someone. So maybe this is just bad luck, that maybe it's just not destined to be to walk into someone at this moment. So maybe you are really, really looking forward to having contact with someone, but it's just not meant for you at this moment. Or maybe you are really waiting for an opportunity that's just not coming up yet. Just, yeah, maybe you see something else in this, but be creative with it. And let me know in the comments what you think it means for you. And now we are going to do a little numerology bingo. I'm going to get one number for you guys that might be significant in the upcoming week. And your number is the number 22. So this is a master number that could be important as well. Or the 2nd of February, or 2022, this year, of course. It might be just a transformational year. This could also mean that the 4th is significant, so maybe April is significant, the month of April. Or that you're 22 or someone significant turns 22. Be creative with this one. There you go. So this was your reading. I hope it resonated. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I would love for you to join my group. And thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below about if it resonated or anything else. I'd love to hear. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.